I'm actually on. Oh my gosh.
What's up? Welcome to the show.
I'm a little nervous.
Oh, don't be.
Don't be
all good.
nervous. No one can see you.
Well, let me just say one thing to preface.
All right.
I know pretty much everything. I'm a little pompous. I apologize.
When you say
but
everything, you mean like human history, the universe, or about me and Alex?
You can read our thoughts.
Oh yeah, I have figured it out.
Okay. How'd you get to that conclusion?
Oh man. Let me give you like a good example to go by online. Would be Paul White Gold Eagle on YouTube. He's the kind of the go-to example I like to give, just because we're just it's like all the crazy Q people or whatever, but the 144K is basically the people that are like actually physically doing the work. Like the guys, like this is real work. I don't know how much people know that, but like basically, well, we appear to be in control of the sun and the earth, and it's generating a field, and they're living beings. And there's the set of people, 144K, there's people that are actually working with that. And this whole UFO thing is ridiculous, because the UFO technology is really the organics, and it's basically the organics, versus, other people.
When you say the 144K, is this in reference to Revelation?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain that for people?
Yeah, so basically it's the tree of life that we lost at the original fall. Mm-hmm. And so like all of like the Greek gods and all that or whatever, those are just like the original self, meaning we have a portion of our consciousness until we reach higher levels, and then we can house more of that consciousness and obtain things like immortality, walking on water like Jesus did, and then you get the abilities and stuff. And it takes a full compression breakthrough to get into the higher levels, and that's what the 144K is working on.
And when did you realize you were part of this?
Ooh, oh man, I've been doing this for a good minute now. I'm highly listed on. I'm on a few lists. Let's just say.
Good list or bad list?
I've definitely reached like dangerous levels of intelligence and abilities at this point.
So can you give us like an example, like a concrete example of what that means and what that looks like?
Well, like 3-Eye Atlas.
Yep. Our hostile
That's
probe.
a fleet. That's a fleet. Okay. There's fleets in the universe. So it's basically a technological war over the technology and control over the military. And so basically people, the 144K is we're basically in charge of Space Force at this point, pretty much. We are basically like the only military. Anyone else is just using outdated technology like what the Greys use and stuff, which is all external tech and stuff.
So when you say you're in control though, like how is that applied? Is this like a telekinesis thing, or are you showing up and doing
just
something?
magnetic fields.
Okay. And how does that work?
Well, you can look at the interactive machine, and the thing is like it's an infinite answer. So the problem with this is like I have someone I've trained, and it's taken me probably a solid 3 years to train someone, and that's with intensive training. Like this is the most difficult subject in all of creation. Like this is like complicated stuff, and humans are just barely scratching the surface for the most part. There's a lot of people that are on different levels and tiers of this.
Is it possible? So it's possible to teach anyone to do this, or do you have to be a certain type of person to learn this?
Well, the people that have got most of it figured out appear not wanting to really spread too much teaching around, because it's kind of a dangerous thing if you don't really know what you're doing, if you accidentally get into it, compared to actually being trained by someone that knows what they're doing.
Can it be used for bad? And are people doing that?
There's two factions, so it just depends on which faction you're working with. And the part of the problem too is it's really easy to try to be good and then fail and be bad. It's very difficult to figure this stuff out. Very difficult.
Do you have examples of someone who's done something bad using this?
Yes. So there's a group of people that are basically pretending to be like, I'm light, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
So the whole Starseed community is divided by people that are what I call, basically they have like their third eye on, and they're doing etheric things that are not really beneficial for the light, although they talk a good game as far as like what you see in the 3D basically. So like they're saying, oh, I'm good and I'm doing all this, I'm fine, but they're channeling like some gray who's, causing some problems or something, it's complicated.
What is Atlas coming here?
Atlas is running a scan because we've basically reached the point that we've kind of keep saying, oh, it's going to happen. And the reason we've been doing that so much, and we kind of don't really want anybody to know when, we're going to take this thing to the next level. But, we're basically trying to shift the planet up a density, and that's going to cause a disruption.
What's next level? What do you mean by next level?
Basically, the planet will vibrate. It will vibrate at a higher level, and all humans will be feeling that field and will be under the dominion of the field. It's like, think about it, you're already protected by the magnetic field from, the cosmic stuff, so that field can shift and change and go up a higher density, and then everybody has to come up with it, so that's why we take everybody from 3D to 4D when they don't go to 5D, so that we have a 4D, 5D split. So
if this is based on the 144K from Revelation, are you religious?
I used to be, man, but I honestly, I kind of identify with what I call the starseed religion now, which is basically people like the Q people talk about med beds, and it's all different types of communities. Some people are into the UFOs, and so there's tiers of understanding. And then some people get up higher, or some people focus on niche stuff, which is still really good. And then different I call puzzle pieces. And then so different people have different puzzle pieces. And there's very few people that are good at really putting it all together. Mm-hmm. It's a very difficult process. And there's a lot of people that think that they're kind of doing it, and they're really kind of not. And they're just learning. You can't know your way into this. There's a difference between knowledge and experience.
Do you have knowledge of things in the past?
I have memories from before the fall.
And so when you say everything, you mean like I could ask you anything from anything, any point in time, and you could have an answer?
Potentially.
Are aliens real?
Well, he said, I was talking about grays and stuff.
Extra, when we say ETs, we mean extraterrestrial, meaning extraterrestrial.
Okay, that's what I want to ask you. Why did John Trump take Nikola Tesla's technology?
Because we are in a time war, and we basically have worked out a situation to where the people that are currently having access are not causing any problems for the divine timeline.
What do you mean by time war?
Timeline. We have like timeline rules and stuff that manage the timeline. Okay, I'll tell you how much I really know, just to throw you a bone here. I probably shouldn't say this, but I'm going to tell you anyways, just to kind of let you know how much I really do know. That there's a pyramid that's associated with the timeline of Jesus, and the tunnels, inside will shift like a labyrinth in different formations based on the current timeline, and that is dynamic and can change like the Mandela effect, because when the past changes, you don't realize it. You see the changes, but if it doesn't actually change enough for you to notice, then you're not even going to notice. So we can make small, subtle changes to the timeline, and people don't even notice. So we can actually change your past, and so it's like a timeline war. So we've had to secure the entire timeline.
So there are multiple timelines right now in parallel to one another?
There's three things. There's what the dark are trying to do, called the negative alien agenda. Then there's I call the middle timeline, which is basically, we call the line, which is what the 144K is in control of. and then we're trying to get to 5D, and then that's the divine timeline. We remain in the middle timeline until we can get to 5D.
Does your knowledge extend to the future?
Yes.
So you know how things end?
I don't know exactly when we're going to get to 5D. It's a quantum variance, and we're all working hard to make it happen. And we're just going to keep working until we get there. This is
To
all
get to
there
the
is.
end.
All right. Well, this was a fun conversation. It'd be fun to continue this. So you should call back, and we'll keep asking about the timelines and hope for the best.
You can look me up as Elite Savior on X.
Say it again.
Elite Savior.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was a fun one. And till next time.
Thanks. Peace.
Elite Savior on X.
Well, I'm glad he knows everything because I know nothing.
Yeah, I don't. Are my children? I should have asked him if my children are going to sleep tonight.
Is the baby awake right now?
Is my baby sleeping? So I need to know.